Hi, Geoff from Reitzel Insulation here today. We're spraying the exterior walls of a basement for one of our custom home builders here in Conestoga. Let's go inside and check it out. In order for it to be a good system for a basement, you need to have the foam continuous behind the studding. That thermal bridging is going to cut down the risk of any sort of mold or mildew that could be formed, from air pockets on that exterior basement wall. Now, a fiberglass bad insulation, when it's put up against this concrete wall, because it's not an air barrier, it's going to allow that air into that space, which could potentially cause mold and condensation within the wall cavity. At Reitzel Insulation, we only spray 2-pound medium density foam on exterior basement walls. The reason that we do that is because the 2-pound medium density foam is a vapor barrier after 2 inches. It's an insulator as well as an air barrier. So if you look up here, this is what we call in the construction industry the header or ring joist area. This cavity is going to run the entire perimeter of your home. This area, you're going to lose about 20 to 30% of your air alone from your home. By spraying this, you're effectively going to cut off that airflow. And in turn, you're going to have the cost savings associated with that. We have what we call like a step out wall. So this wall is actually sitting on top of your foundation. So this wall here basically constitutes as a regular, like a main floor exterior wall. We're going to put about 4 inches of foam, which basically works out to be in an R24. Then down here, because it's below grade, basically under the ground. So under the ground, you don't need quite as much insulation, but you're going to put about 3 1/4 inches of foam in here, which it works out to be in about an R20. So the reason that the foam is great in this application is because if you were to put your hand right here, you could just feel the air just rushing through there. So by foaming it, you're effectively air sealing it. This area here is a very tight area. So in order to get into that tight area, the product that we use is called Reitzel. So Reitzel is a 1-pound density foam that it expands about 80 times its original volume so that you can get into those tight areas and get them all sealed up. Once you've installed that Reitzel 1-pound density foam, you're going to put the 2-pound medium density foam right over top of it, which is going to give you that air barrier and vapor barrier all in one. Also, this beam here is just notorious for just attracting that cold and then holding it. So what's going to happen is it's going to transfer into the home. So by spraying that, effectively you're sealing that cold transfer off altogether. We're all done on this wall, and the foam is continuous right through. So you've got that vapor barrier we were talking about earlier. If you look in this corner right here, we filled right into the corner. The foam expands during the application, so it's able to fill into that spacing. Effectively, the foam expands about 30 times its original volume. After about 15 to 20 minutes, you're going to have a real solid product. See how rigid that is? Now just think about how warm your home's going to be with something like that in your walls. That's it for today's project. We'll see you next time.